Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds, hanging out with some nerdettes tonight, and we will be playing 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Although we do not have Jen with us tonight because she is, I believe she's on her way home from the happiest place on earth. So next week she should return with hopefully with some good stories from Disney. So in the meantime, we will press on. So I believe when you guys had just left off, you were just in the process of making camp. Agnetha had cast the beast sense ritual and had used an owl to kind of like scout out the area. You guys found a scary monster that you guys decided to skirt away from. You guys had just got done fighting all the Eladrin, led by Fabio Eladrin, and you guys pretty much killed all their faces. They claimed self-defense. And basically, the guy chased you out of the city of Carshapathan. Although you don't believe it had any connection to the actual city themselves, apparently there is some kind of secret order that is working with the hags, and they apparently only accept the prettiest of elves into their ranks.
Yeah, there's got to be something to that, Dave. There's got to be something to that.
Maybe.
You're trying to trick us.
Oh, we have Vex in the chat. Hey, Vex.
Nice.
So, I believe you guys were divvying up the watch when we left off.
I think I was on first watch, and I was smoking awesome elvish herb, and then I think it was going to be Jen after that. But since I don't know, we're gonna have to figure out whatever happens to Jen or Deneen.
Don't worry, you don't have to worry about that part.
I need the straight 8 hours of sleep, so I'm taking last watch.
Okay.
Yeah, Agnetha's just sturdy, so she can stay up. And after your healing, Kenna, thank you. She's feeling much better.
So you guys go through the first watch uneventful.
Okay.
And actually, the second watch, you guys sleep just fine. Both of you give me a... Let's go with wisdom check. Straight up wisdom.
Okay. 14.
Okay, here we go. Sorry. 15.
Okay. So you both... Well, first of all, you're kind of awoken by the fact that someone has not come to awaken you. So, Kenna kind of begins to stir and kind of wakes up on her own when she would naturally take watch. And, that noise kind of alerts Agnetha, and you both kind of come awake. And, your camp is quiet and peaceful. But there is no sign of
Deneen.
Okay, so she's disappeared.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna like speak up and be like, "Hey, Deneen, are you out here?" Because she's really stealthy. She could be hiding. It wouldn't make sense not to at least check.
What is you have a very high passive perception.
Yeah, it's 22.
Okay. So when you do that, and like that almost gets caught in your throat as you're like, "Hey, Deneen," right? It gets caught in your throat as you realize there's a patch of grass and foliage that is kind of like pushed down.
Like someone's been sitting on it?
Like something's been dragged across it.
Oh, great. The last time this happened, we had to save you from being forcibly married to an ogre. We should probably follow this trail.
Follow that trail. On the trail we place. That should be our theme song for this quest.
I whistle for Monty.
And he comes.
Okay. I need you to stay here and watch the camp. And bark really loudly if something happens. And we'll come running back. But stay safe. Don't fight things on your own. You're a dog. You don't understand half of what I'm telling you right now.
So he kind of sits down in front of you, looks up at you beatingly, does the head cock thing, and gives you, a doggy dog smile.
And, yeah, you get me. I hand him a treat.
Good dog, seats. We'll be back. Okay, maybe this is a great time to use my bee sense if I can. I mean, if I see something that is along the way, I will. Because that can help us in finding our friend or seeking out anything else that could be ahead of us. Anything strange since our friend is gone.
Give me a either knowledge, nature, or survival check.
Let me see here. Okay, let's do that. Survival. 16.
What are you looking for?
I would say something that flies or something that is like a fox or a wolf, something like that. Something that's very sneaky and stealthy or can fly. Hawk.
Okay. So you kind of like figure out where you might find something like that, and you are able to locate a nest.
It's daytime now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Very cool. A nest I found?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now what do I do? If I find a nest...
Well, so now if you want to, you can go into your ritual.
Okay. Okay, so Agnes is just going to sort of sit down, do a meditation sort of a thing, and then kind of zone out, as you will, for a little while.
Okay. So as you kind of come to, you're seeing the world through the eyes of a hawk, and everything is so pristine. Everything is, is crystal sharp focus. You can see further. Everything is brighter.
Dave, this is perfect because I've seen just this week going to work, because I live in Oregon, there's like, hawks everywhere. I saw 2 giant hawks this week sitting up on poles. It was amazing. So it's perfect.
You just got to watch out for your little dogs. So the first thing you see through the eyes of the hawk is, like the rustling of foliage.
Okay.
So the hawk kind of like swoops in that direction.
Okay.
And what you see, you almost fall out of your trance, is you see Deneen. She's wrapped in these thorny vines and being dragged through the forest by these creatures. They look like, almost look like small bears covered in thorns, but they're clearly made of all vegetable material. And they're being ridden by, they look like goblins, but made out of vegetation.
Weird.
And several of them are actually, riding on top of Deneen like she's a surfboard.
And she's awake.
She seems to be unconscious.
Unconscious. Oh, unconscious. Okay. I'm imagining Ewoks for some reason. I'm sorry. It's just all I can imagine. Their little flat faces. Their little...
They may very well be making noises just like that.
Okay. All right.
So, they seem to be celebrating and dancing, especially the ones that are on top of Deneen's body. And you can see, like, their mouths are full of these like needle sharp teeth, and they literally look like they're made of needles.
Oh no. They're gonna go home and cook her as a stew. They're like, yes! Success is ours! Alright. So I'm going to immediately tell Kenna what I see. Like, oh my god, they're like savage little woodland gremlins, and they're gonna eat our friend. They're dancing over her body.
I'm going to cast invisibility. Do you also want to be invisible?
That would be fantastic.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. Well, then I need a higher spell slot for this. Good. Invisibility. Let's go.
All right. We're going to follow these little bastards.
Follow the drag trail.
Stole their friend.
Okay, so you guys have to actually really hustle.
Yeah.
They have a head start on you.
Can I, would it be faster for me to climb up on Agnetha's back and just run?
Probably.
It probably would be.
Okay, good. We're gonna do that then if Agnetha's okay with it.
I will be your Edward.
Good. I'm just sitting on your backpack.
Because you have a movement of like 40, right?
60, I think, or something like that.
So
my movement, yeah. I can go pretty fast.
It's only 25.
35. It's like 35 or something like that.
So you take off at a run, through the forest. Trees and vines and everything's just whipping by. This earth scents and smells are wafting up to your nostrils. Is there anything in particular you're doing while you're...
Agnetha is noticing all the mushrooms and she's like, mushroom! Mushroom! Oh my god, mushroom!
Focus.
Okay.
We can take mushrooms on the way back.
I'm probably just tracking footprints and trying to pay attention to anything else that could be following this little group of friends that stole our friend. So, and
give me a survival check to track. But if you're running, so you're gonna have disadvantage.
So disadvantage, do I roll it again and take the lower?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Well, I could have had like a 20, but instead I get a 6.
Okay. So after running for a few minutes, you kind of lose the trail.
Okay.
So
she just like stops. She's like, I have no memory of this place.
Oh, that sounds promising.
You're like, oh my gosh, if Agnetha's lost, we're screwed.
So you're kind of looking around. You're trying to reestablish the trail, and once you slow down, it does get a lot easier to see what's going on. You can try to check again.
Okay.
Just a regular check.
Okay. 6. I rolled a 6 full time. Okay, so 10.
All right, so you hear something, a croaking sound coming from one of the branches above.
Okay. Agnetha's gonna sort of like stop and like, stare up into the trees.
So you do that, and one of the things you see is a brightly colored. It looks like a tree frog, right?
Okay.
The only thing is, this tree frog is like almost the size of Kenna.
What?
I don't like this.
How cute.
It probably does look kind of cute.
Oh, can it be like red or something cool like that?
You
Little
say
spots. Bright red.
It's not bright red. It is actually forest green, and it kind of blends in a little bit, except for it's moving around, croaking, and it's like looking in your direction quizzically, as if it's trying to discern if something is there or not.
Okay, I'm gonna cast message, and so that it doesn't hear me, and I'm gonna be like, if it's brightly colored, it is probably poisonous. So let's try not to touch that.
I don't think I'll touch this giant frog. Good idea, Kenna. Let us keep our distance from this creature.
Oh yeah, never mind. We're invisible. I can't cast message. I'll just whisper it real quiet.
Oh, dang it. Oh, okay.
I didn't forget that I couldn't cast. I just forgot that I was invisible.
That's all right. Agnetha's just gonna draw her glaive. Like, oh my god.
Okay.
It's a glaive. It's kind of always out.
No, right?
Is this one of the things that took our friend, or is this a distraction?
What are you looking at? That's what I want to know. I'm like looking behind me, like, what are you looking at? I It's trying to like figure out what we are because we're invisible. It has like this like nature sense, like, oh, something's here.
Well, also, we're making noise, but
you also came charging into through the forest as well.
We're like making noise through the bush. Okay, that makes sense. So now what do we do with this giant frog, Kenna?
It croaks in your direction. Croak, croak. Who's there? Who's there?
Oh, you can talk.
Oh, nice.
And I do say that out loud.
You can talk. I have animal handling if that does anything.
Of course I can talk. Who am I speaking to? I do not see anything.
We are invisible, my friend.
The who is not as important as the what. We had a friend that was dragged through here recently, and we're trying to recover her. The invisibility is merely a tactic so that the things that have abducted our friend don't see us coming before we find them.
I saw it. Croak.
Ooh.
Oh. I don't suppose you would be willing to point us in the right direction.
You're after the croak. Bush goblins, croak.
Bush goblins.
Bush goblins is what they are.
Bush goblins. All right.
Always getting messed up with little goblins. I hate goblins. Ugh.
So, you know which way they went.
Croak. Saw him come through. Croak.
All right, what are you going to require of us in order to share that information?
What you got to trade? Croak.
Well, what sorts of things do you like? And I'm like rummaging through my bag.
I have honey candy from Deneen.
It's worth a shot.
All right, so Agnetha like reaches into her little, like one of her deep pockets and just like
feeling around
chucks
in
it his way.
Can't see you either.
Yeah. Well, okay, I have a question though. If I throw him food, is it invisible or does it become uninvisible the moment I throw it?
I think it stops being invisible if you stop touching it, but let me check.
Yeah, once it leaves your hand, it will become visible.
All right. So his cool tongue would probably be able to catch that.
Yeah, so you
be like, heads up, buddy.
You throw some of the candies into the air and his tongue kind of lashes out and then they like stick to it. Rope.
So
what do you call that?
Honey.
It's candy.
It's a candy, a honey candy.
I like this candy.
All right. So how about a few of those in exchange for the information of where our friend went?
He does a couple quick hops from tree to tree, and like you can see when he leaps and splays his fingers and his toes, they got those like little suction cups on them.
Okay, now it's cute.
And it kind of gets down on all fours and looking around, and then he points off in the opposite direction you guys are kind of facing right now, as you're like spinning around and looking.
Okay.
They were through.
Oh, thank you.
They were about here. They were through here quite some time ago.
Wonderful. Okay. Agnetha's going to throw him a little more candy. She's got a few of them in her pocket, so she's going to just give the frog the rest of those candies.
Yeah, so the tongue like lashes out again and it sticks to them, but this time he like scrapes them off and puts them into a little pouch. You see that he's wearing like a cord made out of vines, and he's got a couple little pouches hanging from it.
Oh, that's awesome! He's got a little pouch. That's so cool.
All right. So now we have a direction. I'd say we should probably get going. If it's been that long, we don't want to be too late.
Hop, hop. I'm going to throw you up on my back and start running. Be like, thank you, Mr. Frog! And then start just running as fast as I can down the way.
When you tell Delaney about the frog, she's just going to think you're smoking halfling pipeweed again.
I mean, what was that?
I'm not going to say we weren't, but if it gets us where we're going...
Oh, if we mention the frog, yeah, she's gonna think that we were just, blazing the trail, literally.
Yeah.
I like that. We should keep that. All right.
Okay, and I'm gonna sing "On the Trail We Blazed" as we like run down the forest until the point that Kenna is just sick of me singing that song.
So you guys, again, take off at a dead run. What invisibility is that an hour?
Yep.
Okay, so you take off at a dead run once again, and you're getting to the point where the invisibility is actually starting to wear off. That's how long you've been running. So
I will wait to cast it again until we're sure we're getting close.
So, as you get to the second hour of running, which starts to make you think that perhaps Deneen was taking early into the watch. Agnetha, give me a Constitution saving throw. 10.
A DC 10?
DC 10. Or actually, make that an athletics check. You can do either, whichever is better. I think it's probably the same for you.
What would I add to that D10?
No, not a D10. DC 10. So it's just a 20 plus your athletics.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. 11. Okay,
so you're good. You're able to keep pressing on. But even for Agnetha, running full tilt for this long is starting to wear on her. But she's holding up. And she's also carrying Kenna as well. So you have a bit of an extra load with you.
Kenna would probably have some chafing going on, just saying. That'd be really uncomfortable to ride a human.
So I just thought that I was sitting on your backpack.
Well, yeah. The bumpity bumps might not be feeling very good at this point after a couple hours.
Yeah.
So, as you're trucking through the forest, you think you come to a clearing, and just on the other side of the clearing, you see shapes and shadows kind of like vanished into the foliage on the other side.
Okay. So, I mean, Agnetha's super sneaky. But Kenna is even super sneakier. So, should one of us go in and check it out closer? And like, I can like hang back and like,
Well, as soon as you see that, what do you do?
Approach it carefully. Kenna, what do you think? Do you want to go in there and
apparently something's happening in the immediate.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe I could hide behind a tree or in some bushes, and then you could sort of sneakily like go in there like in all invisible status and like see what it is.
I'd have to cast it, and whatever's in there's probably already seen us. I'm just gonna get my shield out just in case we're talking like immediate something happening. I want to be prepared for it.
So, yeah, Agnetha's gonna sort of duck to the ground with her glaive in hand.
A survival check, Agnetha.
Okay. Okay. Here we go. 14.
All right, so 14. You realize now that you stopped running, you've actually wandered back into the territory of that creature. The one that you got.
Frog?
No. The one you guys were trying to avoid last session.
Oh, noes.
All right.
Oh, shiz. We're going to be in trouble now.
Yes.
And that's...
Maybe.
That's when Kenna hears a snuffling sound coming from that other side of that clearing. Like something sniffing the air.
Oh.
Okay, I'm going to get off Agnetha.
That sounds so funny.
Oh, no. Not this time.
Lurking just out of sight. Kind of obscured by the foliage. But there's something large moving on the other side.
I remember I was terrified when I saw it in my owl form, so I'm scared already.
I'm gonna quietly walk around and see if I can get an angle where I can see what's going on. Generally, things that sniff like that don't have very good eyesight.
Hey.
And then from about 15 feet up on the other side of that clearing, maybe even higher than that, you hear this clawing sound. As something like rakes down the side of a tree. You just hear like this peeling of wood.
It's sharpening its claws.
As you circle out, kind of, you start to see. At first it's just one long, gangly green arm. As the sunlight is, beginning to penetrate, because it's just about dawn now. The canopy, you can see the black splotchy molted green flesh, the long black talon-like fingernails as they kind of like slice through the tree bark like a hot knife through butter. You see a mass, a tangle of long black hair. It's basically, it falls in almost like dreadlocks at this point. Now that you see the creature like bobbing back and forth, easily 8, 9, 10 feet tall. All of its limbs gangly and spindly, and the air changes, the wind shifts, and you can smell a rank odor waft towards you.
Oh God,
yeah,
that's not good.
Greater invisibility. Let's go.
Yeah.
So, just as you're casting greater visibility, you see the creature turn towards you, and it's like luminescent yellow eyes lock with yours.
I smile before I disappear.
As you vanish from sight.
We're like, pizza. That's Baba Yaga or some crazy weird
like
creature.
I will find you soon enough, little one. For now, I will play with your friend.
Wait, what?
With that, you guys can roll initiative.
All right.
Dave, so casually. Okay.
Okay, so does the halfling re-rolling ones count if it's an initiative roll?
Anytime you roll a d20.
Woo! Good, that's much better.
19.
14.
All right, so the creature strides unbothered into the clearing, fully revealing itself, kind of stretches almost languidly, almost like a cat, fully to its height. Now you can see it's clearly 10 feet tall, with long gangly arms that are tipped in black dark talons that nearly drag on the ground. It's wearing nothing but a loincloth over its molted green flesh with black spots everywhere. You can see its long hooked nose over top of its mouth full of sharp fangs. And Agnetha, you're up.
Oh my god. So I'm not invisible, or I mean I'm just like it sees me, or what?
Yes, the invisibility wore off a while ago.
Okay, so can I talk to Kenna at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You.
Super wish we had Denine's bow and arrow right now, because I want to kill it. I don't like it at all. It's disgusting, and it shouldn't live in the woods. It also said it wants to play with our friends, so should we stay invisible and just sort of dance around this creature until our friend shows up, or should we just kill it now?
Kill it.
It knows we're here. I almost want to piss it off. I almost want to just dance invisible around it for a while and just start throwing things at it.
I can't cast greater invisibility on you. I cast greater invisibility so I can stay invisible while I'm attacking it. So it can see you.
Oh, it can. Oh, I'm sorry. I was misunderstanding. Okay. So, Agnetha is going to probably try to... Okay, so it's in... Does it have like a house nearby, or can I see any kind of dwelling that it's living around, or is it just walking around the woods?
As far as you know, it's walking around the woods. You don't see anything like the dwelling.
Okay. Agnetha gets really enraged by the fact that it said something about my friend.
About you, but...
Okay.
Oh, me. Sorry about me.
But if it gives you the motivation to attack it harder, please take that.
I'm going to say something to Kenna like, I'm thinking of throwing a javelin in its face right now. I'm that mad. Should I piss it off? It's kind of big. Can we defeat this? Okay. I'm probably just gonna like throw a javelin at it and then run away. I'm basically alone in this. Kenna, what are you gonna do?
I'm still gonna be attacking it.
I'm just gonna like put it in a circle around the trees and like do my cool dexterity movements off of trees as I'm throwing a javelin at it. I think that's what I'm gonna do, Dave. Because honestly, this is really creepy. And a javelin's a D6, I believe. Yes. Okay. So yes, I'm going to throw a javelin at it.
All right.
And when it comes to javelin throwing, do I get to use my skill still? Like, do I get to use, savage attack and like,
No, those are melee attacks.
Oh, okay. So this is a long range attack. So just throwing a weapon is just my D6.
Well, plus your dex
or damage.
Yeah. It would be plus your dex or strength. I believe that's got the thrown property, so you can either use strength or dex, whichever is better for you.
It's proficiency and dexterity, I believe.
Okay, so make an attack roll.
All right, here we go, baby. And is it a D20 first, or is it just the D6?
Yeah, roll a D20.
Okay, here we go.
D20.
14 to attack.
Is that total?
Efficiency. Yeah, that's my total.
Okay. So a 14 it just knocks it aside.
Okay.
If you have a second attack, you can throw another one.
Okay. 11. Dang it.
Is your strength better or is your dex better?
My strength is better.
Because the javelin has the thrown property, so you're able to use your strength instead of your dex. Which which probably won't help the second attack, but the other one, if that pushes it up, it probably will. So how much higher is your strength than your dex? Is the modifier?
It's only 2 points.
Okay, so so your first attack, actually the javelin lands.
Okay.
Sinks into his thigh. So you can roll your damage.
9, 8, and then so that's a 10.
Okay, so it kind of roars in anger and rage, and as it does so, it kind of inadvertently sidesteps your second attack, and the javelin lands in the ground next to it. And with that, you're going to move 40 feet away?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to definitely try to avoid it after I throw at it.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to head in your direction and try and chase you. And Kenna, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to straight up climb up onto this thing and just keep moving around it so that if it wants to hit me, it has to hit itself.
I like that.
Like, gonna draw last breath, like, pull it into format, and, like, I know the smart thing here is probably to try and hamstring it or something, but that really squicks me out, and I, the player, really don't want to, but it's the smart thing to do, so I'm gonna do it anyway.
Or go for its eyeballs while you're invisible.
Oh, that's even worse.
So you're gonna try and climb it? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to like grab onto its friggin' like grass skirt or whatever it's wearing and like slash at the back of the knee.
Okay, you can probably go after. You can go after one of like its dreadlocks. It's got these like long.
Okay, good. I'm like hanging onto the hair then, because there is no way I'm gonna be able to keep up with this thing on foot. So I have to be on it. Like that is how this has to work.
Give me Give me a
Nice.
acrobatics check.
Okay. That was a good roll. That would be 28.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're swinging. You're swinging from its hair. Now you can make your attack rolls. You have advantage, of course.
Okay, that's a 23.
That will.
Which I'm assuming is going to hit.
Yep, that absolutely hits.
All right, that's 4 damage. Do I still get my second attack or just climbing on it?
No, you can have your second attack.
Okay.
Keep climbing as part of the movement.
15?
15 hits.
4 damage again.
Okay. So.
Oh,
No.
Also going to shout some words of encouragement to Agnetha to give her bardic inspiration.
Okay.
Yes.
That is face.
Could use it right now. I'm just freaking out.
All right. So the thing begins to lope towards Agnetha until it feels the sharp sting of your blade at the back of the back of its thighs and behind its knees, and the weight tugging on its hair. So do you have land vehicles by chance?
No.
Okay. Then handle animals?
Uh-uh.
All right, then we'll just go with dexterity to stay attached.
Cool.
Okay.
14?
So you got it weak in the knees because you went for its hamstrings, right?
14.
Yep.
That's good enough. You're still attached to it. So now it is going to blindly swing at you. The first thing it does is try to bite at you, but it's like a dog trying to chase its tail. So it doesn't do very well with that approach. But it swings one of those long talons behind it, missing badly. With the first one, you feel the whoosh of air as its talons go by you. On the second,
I yell at it, quit yourself.
On the second one, it gets a 22.
Yeah, that absolutely hits.
Yeah, I thought it might.
Every time I try to talk shit.
For 10 points of damage as its hand slaps you.
Oh, that's not so bad.
And give me another dex check.
Oh, 20 total.
So literally, you basically do this loop the loop as you go flying, but you're still holding on to the hair. So its head kind of jerks to the side. You hear a little bit of a crunch in its neck as it as the force of its own blow kind of reverberates back to it. But one of the disturbing things that you kind of notice is some of the wounds begin to close.
Ah, shit.
Agnetha, you hear this thing crashing around. You hear the swish of claws and steel. What are you doing?
She sees how the wounds close, and she's going to sort of scream towards Kenna, maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe we should GTFO. But as she sees you struggling, she's also running.
You don't know that I'm climbed onto this thing.
Oh, because I can't see you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can see it struggling, though. I think I know that my friend is definitely on its back doing something. And as it's
yeah, you can see the hair is weighted down, I'm sure.
So as this creature is jerking and wailing backwards and its neck is nice and, vulnerable, I'm going to go for a neck. I'm going to run. I'm going to do my classic run and jump off a tree move and go at it with my glaive and rage. And savage attack as well. Okay.
So you don't actually have to say savage attack. That just happens unless what you.
Oh, unless my great weapon master. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's the one you have to declare beforehand.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I don't actually have to say that I'm going to savage attack.
Yeah, that's just once per round you get to reroll damage and take the better.
Sweet. Here we go. Yes. So that's like a 26 to attack.
That will absolutely hit.
That is a 26 to attack, I should say. Okay. And then 11 to damage. Ooh.
Okay, so that's your first attack. Can you take your second
So that's a 17 for my second attack.
That will hit.
And a 16 to damage.
Okay, so it screams in pain and fury. Ah, you wretched cow! I will feast on your intestines while you still draw breath.
So what happens is I like go at it with my glaive through the air. What would happen on an attack like that? How much would it actually?
So
what would happen?
You basically, come charging at it and run and kind of parkour off a tree, and
yeah,
slam your glaive down across his chest.
Yes.
Creating this huge slash. And as you do, your momentum takes you over, and you kind of do a somersault and roll, and then you kind of come up with an uppercut the other direction, basically crisscrossing his chest.
Yay! That's perfect. That's what I was hoping. Which I like her parkour moves.
And which now he's just completely glaring at you with hate-filled eyes and some hunger.
Agnes is gonna glare at it back and spit in its general direction. This is where Agnetha gets to be a complete savage as she's attacking a hideous beast.
So Kenna is up, and if you want, you can also make a just a knowledge check using your jack of all trades.
Cool. Uh, 8.
Okay. So what is Kenna doing?
Realizing that she doesn't have anything flammable on her person and making an acrobatics check to get to a different part of its hair. Because I don't want to stay on the same hair the whole time, because then he'll know exactly where to hit. I mean, he's going to know anyway, because I'm hanging on and stuff, but I'm going to relocate myself.
Get him in the boat!
That's another 28 to swing to a different part of the big thing, and then I am going to, rib stab at it.
There you go. Open his chest so I can give him another go.
That's only a 12.
Yeah, your sword just bounces off his rubbery hide.
Attack number 2. Don't fall off the surface. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's much better. 25.
Yes, absolutely.
That's 7 damage.
So that time you drive your blade, in the soft spot where the collarbone and neck meets. You let out a howl.
Do you got torch oil?
Do I have oil?
Yeah.
I think so. Pretty sure I do in my explorer's pack.
And even still, you're watching the wounds close.
Fire. We need fire.
As you guys do battle, and
God, dang it, the wounds are closing.
He rends forward with his claws at Agnetha.
Wow.
Oh, that's gonna hurt a lot. Sorry, Agnetha. He just comes in with this double X maneuver.
Okay.
Oh, that could have been much worse.
Oh, that's good.
30 points of damage.
Not too bad.
And He takes a bite at Kenna. 14 misses you, correct?
Yes, it does.
So he takes a bite at where you were, but now you're like standing on the other side, on his other shoulder. You know, still holding onto the hair for kind of like as a grip. And Agatha, you're up. You also have Bardic Inspiration, correct?
Oh, that's right. Yes, I can use that. What was that, Kenna?
To yell to her to get back.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely want to avoid this creature. So it just swiped at me, and it's basically looking at me now, and it's going to be harder to attack him. Correct?
Well, not any harder than it's been. But it's also kind of like got his attention split between you and Kenna.
Okay, so as Kenna is sort of pulling on his hair, and he's sort of, you know, writhing around, I'm going to take another go at just a limb. I'm going to try to cut off his arm.
Okay.
And I'm going to do another parkour move. I'm going to sort of like, you know, try to come up. Well, I think what I'm going to do is try to kind of come around the side of it, jump off a tree, and then sort of come at it with my glaive. And I'm going to use my Great Weapon Master feat and try to get its arm, and with my Bardic Inspiration for my damage.
Okay. Well, you don't have to use the Bardic Inspiration until you roll, so you might want to wait and see what happens.
Oh, okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, that's smart.
You can always reckless attack, too. You are a barbarian.
I know, but it's still healing its wounds.
That is true.
I don't know if that's smart. Okay, so 21 to attack.
That absolutely hits.
Hails to the yeah. 11 to damage. I'm going to use my inspiration for that.
Okay. Did you count the plus 10? Because you said you're using Great Weapon Master.
Oh, so that would be half that. So yeah, plus 10 to that.
So 21?
So yeah. Ooh,
and
yes, that's very good.
Bardic Inspiration.
Okay, and so that would be plus 4.
All right.
So that's 20. Yeah, 25.
Okay, so which arm are you trying to take off?
It's left arm.
Okay, so its left arm goes flying.
Woo!
Is that the side I'm standing on?
She's gonna be like, "Dah!"
So roll a die 8.
Okay.
Let me know what the number is.
It was a 4. That was my inspiration. Do it right?
For something else.
No, you get a D10.
Oh, for something else. Okay, an 8. Woo.
Okay, so the arm kind of flies off, off and to the left in front of him. So it kind of like goes behind you.
Okay.
And and you can see the fingers and claws kind of like waggling as it goes through the air, and it's like bending at the elbow, and it hits the ground with a meaty thump. And you can see the fingers kind of like begin like trying to drag the arm back towards the creature.
So we need to freaking... Oh god, we're in trouble.
That was only one attack, wasn't it?
It was.
So you take your second attack.
Okay. Ew, a 2. That sucks.
Oh no.
So that would be okay. So that's actually a 9 to attack. It's really bad.
Yeah. So Agnetha's too busy severing. Back for a week. And
like yes.
And the troll like kind of like turns to the right slightly, kind of like showing you its left as it does, and like troll blood splurts all over your face.
Ew, gross.
What's Kenna doing?
Troll blood to the face.
digging my bag of marbles out of my satchel and spilling them over the ground underneath the troll.
Okay.
This makes me think of Willow, like that nasty troll that just keeps coming back.
So
I'm gonna try to trip it if I can.
I'll let you actually do that as one of your attacks. You can have the other attack to do whatever you want with.
Well, if I'm standing on its shoulder, I'm gonna shank it in the side of the neck.
Okay.
14.
A 14 will miss. Kind of bounces off its hide again.
Dang it.
So
you're just so cute.
I call a heads up for Agnetha, by the way, so you know there are marbles, so to be careful.
So give me a strength check or athletics, whichever.
Me or Agnetha?
Kenna, I'm sorry.
Oh no. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Oh no. Okay, that's a 3.
Okay, so it reaches up with its right arm and grabs you. Usually, you don't take any damage from the grab, but then it hurls you over to by where its arm is.
We're gonna have to go for the brain.
So you take 7 points of damage. As you hit
destroying the brain.
Put your little your little pincher into his eyeball if you can.
So as you hit the ground and kind of bounce, the clawed arm almost moves like a serpent and like strikes at you, but it like hits the ground next to your head and claws the ground.
Ooh.
And then it leans in and goes to bite Agatha, but you're able to get your glaive up and like stick it in its mouth and keep him from biting you.
Nice.
As he does that, though, he is going to have to make a dex saving throw. DC 10, which he does, as he just kind of like drives the barbarians into the ground where he steps. What are you doing, Agnes?
I'm like half gagging at the blood that's on me. And in my rage, I'm going to go straight for that beast's brain. I mean, I'm going to go for the temple region. I'm just going to go right for the head with my glaive.
Okay.
So, wait, my glaive is stuck in its jowls right now, you're saying?
Yeah, well, you can pull it back. It's just how you...
Okay, so I'm going to rip it out savagely and then try to stick it in its brain. Okay. 21?
21 will hit.
Yes. Okay, so 8 damage. That's horrible.
Okay, well, you still get another attack.
23 to attack. Oh. 7 damage.
Okay, so this time your attacks are a little less effective. You're just kind of like poking it at its face.
Wait a second. Oh wait, but I didn't use my savage attack. Can I use it on my second attack?
Yes, you could reroll your second attack.
That's just as good. It's the same roll.
Okay. Like I said,
but I get to roll damage again, right?
No, you don't roll.
Oh no, I didn't. No, that was just my attack. So never mind. It didn't make any difference. Dang it!
So you open up slashes on either side of its cheeks.
Sweet. Well, that's something.
Dueling scars.
Oh man.
Kick.
So what is Ken doing?
They're just like desperately cutting its face. It just seems so desperate.
Getting away from the severed arm because that is really gross and I'm really kind of wigged out by that. And I'm like yelling over my shoulder at Agnetha, like, throw your oil on it.
Okay.
And
the oil!
like, trying to find a stick or something, then I can wrap a cloth around, or like, and no, I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. But like yelling at Agnetha to throw her oil on it, and probably trying to get close again, since I guess the marbles are now trampled into the ground anyway, and I don't have to worry about that.
Which cantrips do you have? Do you have just? So
we can worry about that next round.
You have why can I ask?
I have prestidigitation.
If she soaks it in, if she manages to soak it in oil, I'll allow you to use that to ignite the oil.
Ask about it. I have the. You can light small fires with it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I'll come in and then. Okay, that's an 18 to hit. 4 damage. Why do I keep rolling ones on my damage die? And 11 isn't going to hit.
11 is not going to hit. And you're rolling with advantage? You're rolling with advantage, Megan?
Yep.
Okay. Just checking. All right. So you're dancing around, and your little nicks are not impressing it. It's totally focused on Agnetha.
Am I up on its shoulders, cutting it with my glaive? Is that what's going on right now?
You're kind of dancing around it.
Okay.
So it leans into you this time and sinks its teeth into your shoulder.
Mm. Oh, gross. That's going to be bad. For 5 points of damage?
Yeah. And then as it rips away from you, it slashes with its claw for another 8 points.
Ooh, gross.
And it's kind of chewing.
You give a nasty kiss, bastard! Okay, so now what do I do with the oil?
Put it on him.
Okay, so as it tries to kiss me...
Get it on his hair!
I'm going to just be ah! Screaming as it even gets near me with its nasty mouth, and I'm going to chuck the oil onto its face. Okay. And as I do so, I'm going to come at it again with my great weapon master feat.
Well, if you're chucking oil on it, I'm going to say that's the only thing you're going to be able to do, because you actually have to get it out of your pack.
Can I move after I throw the oil on it? Then I'll just throw the oil and then try to get out of the way.
Okay, so let's throw the oil and see how that goes.
Okay. Gosh, I can't even try to go at it again with my glaive. No, all right, fine. I'll just throw the oil and bounce away.
All right, so give me an attack roll.
For me?
Yep.
So I do get to attack it.
With the oil, yes.
Oh, I see how
Please
it works.
Don't miss.
Okay. 15.
You splash it right in its face, and it just kind of washes over
yes!
its chest.
Victory is ours!
Maybe. Hopefully.
And then you're going to dance out of the way?
Yes.
Okay. So it slashes at you as you do, but it misses.
Yes. Thank goodness.
No, what do you do, Kenna?
Prestidigitation.
Woo!
You actually have war magic, don't you?
I am not entirely sure what you mean by that, actually.
It's a Bard of Valor ability. Feature. Well, I don't think you can use it. I don't. I know the Eldritch Knight gets it at 7th level. So
I don't know that I do. I'll check, but
so one of you can roll a die 6 for fire damage.
Agnetha, you've been rolling higher damage than me this whole time. Yeah, no, I get that at level 14. I don't have it yet.
Well, I rolled a 2.
Okay, so it is on fire.
Out of the D6, I rolled a 2.
That's all right. I probably would have rolled a 1.
You hear it begin shrieking as its flesh begins to boil and pop.
Yeah, I mean, it is fire. Even if you throw a 2, it's still fire. So
it's on fire, and where the other attacks that seem to be kind of ignoring them and not all that concerned, even though some of them were quite savage. I mean, you literally cut off its arm and didn't seem to care that much.
Oh.
But now its flesh is beginning to bubble and boil. The wounds don't appear to be healing on it. And it shrieks, and it's actually going to try and put itself out. So it kind of dives on the ground, is like rolling and slapping.
Perfect.
How much oil do you have?
So with that, it kind of like finally gets itself out, and it kind of rolls onto its side and like launches one clawed hand and kind of like starts dragging itself towards you. See its crispy flesh and the saliva and drool coming out of its mouth, and now you completely see a look of hate and bile in its eyes. I am going to murder you.
See how well that's.
I'm gonna start blowing kisses at it. Come at me, baby. Come at me.
So it is actually Agnetha's turn.
Oh, I'm so excited about this. So it's on the ground crying. I'm going to go at it and try to stab its head again, because that's all I know to do. I'm going to, Great Weapon Master, destroy his head if I can.
Okay, well, you do have advantage to attack because he is on the ground.
Wonderful. That's very good, because I just rolled a 2. Okay, so 17 to attack.
17 absolutely hits.
Wait, is that my D10? Yeah, it is. Okay. And then 16 damage. And then I have a 10 to my second attack.
10
and... Oh, 10 won't hit.
10 will not hit. You still have advantage, though.
Oh, yeah, of course, because he's still on the ground, so I get 2. Okay. Oh, that's much better. So 20. And then 12 damage. Yes. As I stab my glaive into his brain.
How much damage did you do the first time?
What was it? Like, oh god, I can't remember now. It's like 8 or something. It wasn't very much.
It couldn't be 8 because you've used Great Weapon Master.
Oh yeah, of course. So I guess it would. Well, I thought it was an 8. But that would be an 18.
Yes.
Okay.
So with that, you actually cleave his head in twain twice, mashing it into the dirt.
All right.
What are you doing, Kenna?
Okay,
she's gawking.
So is he alive, or did she kill it?
It's laying and twitching.
Okay.
More
okay.
fire!
Burn the body. More fire. More of the oil. Do this.
More fire is always the answer.
This was way too big.
So as you guys are pouring the oil on its body and igniting it, just before you ignite it, you see that its head is actually trying to suck itself back together.
Oh my god.
And then whoosh, it goes up in a blaze of fire as the body burns.
Purification, baby.
Oh my god.
That's gross.
Okay. That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah, seriously, fire. Yeah, with something like that, that's the only thing that's gonna work.
Okay. Lee, we still don't know where Janine is.
No, but at least she doesn't have to deal with this nasty creature.
I suppose that's true. I don't know. I'm impressed with us for managing to get through this without her, to be honest. But we should definitely see if we can pick up the trail, though.
Yeah, we need to leave. We need to run. Do you think we should wait to see if it actually dies, or do you just want to leave?
I think it's okay. Just let it burn. But this time and not just charge off running, because running got us lost once and then we ended up in a fight with a troll. We'll take our time. It'll save us time in the long run, I think.
Yeah, we'll just sort of briskly hike through the woods and try to find, end up in the general direction that we were going and try to leave this thing behind. Hopefully it doesn't catch the forest on fire is my only concern.
So, you're able to pick up the trail once again. But at the corner of your eye, as you guys are getting ready to start again, kind of you see something twitch and move.
I look.
It's the arm. It's kind of like squirming around.
Oh no!
Fire! Fire! Oh no!
It's not soaked in oil or anything. Oh my god! Is the arm gonna regrow the rest of the troll? I don't actually know how this works. I just. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
I'm just gonna freaking stick one of my javelins in it, and then you can light it on fire.
Well, you do have the troll bonfire going.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Just throw it on the fire.
All right.
Nice, Dave. Troll bonfire. That's great.
Javelin and all.
Yes. Sure. Yeah, I don't want to pick it up, so I'm just gonna stab it with my javelin and then throw it towards the fire,
all right,
like a marshmallow.
Mark down.
Nightmares about that.
And it's sizzling and popping, and part of you just feels like you hear the arm scream, but that would be impossible, right?
Oh my god, I don't know anymore.
I'm not gonna count it out.
This forest is cursed.
Well, maybe now because you guys passing through, it's just a little less cursed.
Nice. And our frog is happy. It got candy today, so that's a good thing.
So, you guys pick up the trail again, and you could see that the terrain here is getting a little tougher to maneuver through, and there's more wreckage of the foliage and the brush as Deneen was probably drugged through here, and you think you might be closing in, and it's also easier to follow now. It's like literally a furrow has kind of been dug in the ground.
Okay. Good. So we have our trail again.
You do.
So I'm going to probably pick up Kenna and start running at this point then.
Okay. You kind of feel like it's probably a safe bet. That as long as it stays like this, you can clearly see what's going on.
Okay.
So you go loping up a hill, and it's just as you crest the hill that you see, bouncing down the hill on the other side is Deneen's body wrapped in these thorny vines, being pulled by these two creatures, and they literally look like small bears, but made of thorny vegetation. And each one of them has one of these things. It really just kind of reminds you of borscht. If borscht was made out of vegetables.
Yes.
Vegetation.
Okay.
Riding these things, and there's two of them, kind of dancing and singing on top of Deneen.
So can I just make a joke out of it, and what Agnetha wants to do is just run up, sneak up to them, and just be like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" Right in their face, almost just scare the hell out of them. They had no idea that they were being tracked at all, and then all of a sudden there's this scary barbarian with a glaive in front of their face shouting at them like a child that's in trouble.
You can try that, but you're gonna have to make a stealth check at disadvantage.
All right, it's worth a shot. It's worth it. 12. The second roll was an 18. Unfortunately, I had to use my disadvantage. So
So
12.
With that, they kind of stop their capering and dancing, the ones on top of Deneen, and they looked at each other and they're like,
Okay. Very good, Dave.
All right. We'll have Sylvan from the pixie pouches that we got like eons ago. So I'm going to say in Sylvan, do you understand what we're saying?
Okay, so you kind of come out and
Yeah. Alrighty then. Tongues. Tongues appears to be the correct answer here.
Okay, so you can't. Okay, so you cast tongue. What do you say to them?
Understand me now.
Yeah, we understand you now.
Agnetha's going to come in and slap his nose and say, "Can you understand me now?" As I sort of shove his face backwards. I'm picking a fight. I'm not communicating at this point. They stole my friend.
Yes, they stole our friends, but done by now, and frankly, I'm sure they would prefer not to get skewered, so they could just leave. Give them the chance. Give them the chance to run.
No, I will not do that. I will not let them run. They will feel the wrath of Agnetha.
Agnetha,
My friend really wants
As
to
a
fight.
scary mother figure or as a scary glaive person?
My friend really wants to fight, and she will probably put you all on a skewer one after another if you don't get lost.
I don't need to skewer them. They're like wimpy. There's 2 of them, right?
Be able to stop her for much longer. You should go.
There's 2 of them on top of Deneen, and then there's 2 bear-like creatures. That are they're like small bears because they're not much bigger than like a person.
Okay.
But they're being ridden. So there's 4 of these like veggie goblins, and 2 of the bear-like creatures.
Do I have a rope in my explorer's pack? Am I pretty much always carrying some kind of a rope on me?
You do. I
do not.
You do. You would.
I do. So what I would like to try to do is after this and after I've sort of gotten into their face, I'm going to try to grab both of them by the hair and knock their heads together and then bring them to the ground and tie them up.
All right. So so you get 2 attacks. So give me 2 athletic checks.
All right. Sweet.
Are you raging or not raging?
I'm raging.
Then you have advantage on those checks.
Okay, so that's a 20. And then 22.
So you grab them both up by their heads like you want, and you slam them. Awesome. What is your rage damage? Is it +2 or +3 now?
My rage damage?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure my rage is like I thought it was like a 3 or 4.
Okay, well, it's probably a 3 then. So you're going to do 3 plus your strength. Is that a +2?
For what? For which attack? For my attack or what?
Then your strength modifier.
Oh, it's a 4. My strength modifier is a 4.
Okay, so they take 8 points of damage each as you slam their heads together, and you're kind of holding them. But you can't actually just tie them both up because you're holding them.
Okay.
And they're kind of like, let us go, let us go.
I'm just wanting to scare them. That's it, and make them feel bad for what they did. Like I'm going to say, like, "How dare you steal my friend? I am so mad at you!" And like I just basically want to come off as almost like a really scary, like woman, like big scary woman that no child. I mean, because I'm much taller than them. Almost like a child is afraid of like a very big scary woman that's coming at them and is in trouble with her. That's how I want them to feel.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't, and the tying up thing is something that I would like to pursue, but I don't believe it's my turn anymore. So.
All right. So drop initiative. So we're going to act in initiative now.
Okay.
8.
18.
All right. So 18 acts first.
So I'm going to tie them up.
So you're gonna need. Let's see. All right, give me. If you give me an athletics check at disadvantage and you beat them, I'll let you pin them without your hands, and you can try to tie them up. So you're raging. So instead of it would just be a normal check for you.
It's an 8 with a disadvantage.
Okay. So one of them wiggles out of the way, but the other one doesn't.
Okay.
And you can begin tying that one up.
Okay.
Okay, Kenna, you're up.
I'm just gonna start cutting Janine free.
You're gonna do what?
Cutting her free of the vines.
Okay, so
cutting Janine free. Oh, I was like, what? Okay, I was like, I'm gonna loose it on you, Kenna. That's smart. Good idea.
I'm collecting our friend.
All right, so you run in there and you've got her just about cut free by the end of the round. So so these guys all kind of turn and look towards Agnetha. Now, tongues only affects you, correct?
The what?
Tongues kind of only affects
Yes.
Kenna. So the Agnetha, they all kind of turn in your general direction, and you hear and what Kenna hears them quite clearly, and they say, "Kill the big one. She's trying to take our prize."
It's not a smart decision.
You're talking to them back, right? Because you can speak in their language.
So,
it wouldn't be smart.
So they don't really seem to be heeding you, and they begin trying to dogpile on Agnetha.
Okay. This is funny.
So a barrage of slashing claws comes your direction.
Do your worst. You miserable little goblins. I've dealt with you enough.
So you take 20 points of damage from their needle-like claws, and then the larger creatures, which they're about your size, but they look like really ugly vegetation bears is how I would describe them.
Okay.
And they come in at you, one clamping down on each one of your thighs.
Okay.
For a total of 13 points of damage.
Not too bad. Okay.
And that's also when you notice that the two that you slam their heads together, the purplish bruising that you just did to their noggins begins to they seem to be recovering from it a little bit. The discolor is leaving. And
okay.
So you're up. What are you doing?
I'm just gonna start using my awesome legs to kick at these bear creatures, and then go for my glaive and just go to Okay, I'm basically gonna start kicking at them and go for my glaive and rip it out of its sheath, or I don't know. I guess it's always out, but I'm gonna start threatening them with it. If they touch me again, I'm gonna kill them.
Okay, so one is now tied up at your feet. You kind of kick the two things away and free yourself from their maws. You have your glaive, so you're menacing them with it. Are you going to attack them?
They're kind of speaking gibberish at me, and I'm just going to start screaming at them ah! Trying to scare them with my scary big voice, because I have no idea what they're saying. And since I'm in a heat of rage, I'm just going to start going at the giant, or the bear creature, one of the bear creatures.
Okay.
With my glaive, yes.
So the funny thing, the funny thing kind of is the fact that, you know, they're kind of making these garbly sounds that you can understand and make sense, but Agnetha, you have no idea what she's saying. So
Right.
That makes sense.
all right, so make your attacks.
So 17 to attack on my first attack.
Absolutely hits. You drive your glaive into the
16 to damage.
Okay.
And do I understand that Ken is talking to these creatures by chance? Do I understand it?
I think so.
All right, so I'm gonna say, Kenna, tell them I'll kill them all if they don't stop. If they don't like let off.
I already did.
All right. So I'm just slashing, and I'm like, all right, suckers. So I'm just like coming off as big and scary by using my big voice, and I'm gonna go again. I'm just gonna attack the same creature again. Oh, for a good 27.
That will absolutely hit.
Oh, come on, really? 8 damage to my second attack. Not as well as I'd like, but I know.
Okay, so total 24. You slash it twice. You drive your glaive into it, and it's like it's undulating this green ichor from its wounds at you.
Okay, and I just do the same sound back. I'm just going to mock it because I'm so angry.
So the bear-like vegetable creature kind of does not have a language. It is just making animal sounds. And it's Kenna's turn.
What's your health? Are you below half? Do you need a heal?
Breaking up, I cannot.
Your health. Do you need a heal?
I'm not bad. I've only got about 32 points of damage, so I'm good.
Okay. Oh yeah, you've been taking half damage. Then I'm going to take a turn to drag Deneen away from where she was sitting and cast invisibility on her, and I'll meet you over there in just a minute. So a minute. I mean, in a moment. I need to stop saying minute.
So you've completely cut Deneen free. You begin dragging her off, and all of a sudden, 3 of the heads to these creatures turn in your direction, and they're like, "Bring back our prize! You cannot have it!" And then they kind of rush you, and as you cast your invisibility, so Deneen is invisible. Agnetha can make an attack of opportunity.
Okay, I'm just gonna just start like no one's on me right now. I'm just gonna start charging them with my big scary voice, trying to just scare them and like waving my glaive. And I'm just gonna start grabbing at the goblins and like
3 of them are running past you, so you can take an attack of opportunity against 1.
Oh, okay.
So
okay. So I'm going to just start throwing my glaive at the little legs of these goblins.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Okay, so that's a 26.
Okay, give me some damage.
What is this? This is a 9. Oh, is this my... Yeah, okay. For 15 damage.
Yeah, you just slice one of them in half.
Okay. Okay. And I have advantage, so... Wait, I didn't take that advantage. So can I take it on my second attack roll?
That doesn't count against your attacks.
Oh, okay.
So that was on their turn, because they ran by you. So 2 of them are going after... 3 of them were going after Kenna, but now 2 of them are.
So I got 1, and I have another attack, correct?
You have 2 more attacks on your turn.
Okay, so the second attack is a 20.
All right, hold your horses. So two of the creatures dive at Kenna.
Okay.
But they dive too high and kind of collide above you as you kind of like duck under them.
Nice.
While you're focused on them, those bear-like creatures lunge at you, Agnetha. One of them missing, but the other one hits.
Okay.
For 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And now you can go.
Okay. So I'm just going to sort of kick at them. Kind of like kick in their face as I'm going again for another goblin. Kind of like, get off me, I'm busy. Kind of like that.
Okay, so you're going to have to move away from them in order to do that. So they're going to they will get attacks of opportunity, but it's up to you.
Can I take a movement and go for the second goblin that's running after Kenna?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to do that. And that was the one that I got the 20 for the attack roll, and then I got a 9 for the damage.
Okay. So you totally are able to spin away from these things and take out the legs of one of them. And, basically you just left it legless, and it appears to be like in its death throes. But as you do, one of those creatures bites the back of your leg for like 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And you still have another attack.
Because of my advantage, right?
No, because you only used one attack so far.
Oh.
So the first
I had already
attack you took was a reaction, so that doesn't count against you.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay, so I have another attack. So the creature that's trying to attack me, the bear creature from behind me, I've got one of the goblins legless. The other one's cut in half, you said?
Yep, and then there's just one left menacing Kenna.
Okay, so the bear creature that's behind me, I'm going to kick in the face and then go for its neck.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
And I would like to use my great weapon. Oh, okay, yeah. My great weapon master is what I'd like to do.
Okay.
And so, how does it work if I rolled a 5? Do I add? So I would add my. Okay. So it'd be 11 minus 5, right? So that would be a natural 1.
Yeah. So pretty much, you missed.
Okay, I missed. So I missed. Yeah. So I go to swing at it and I totally miss. Just like it goes right by its neck, but like doesn't hit.
It does a and lifts it.
Yeah, he's like, oh my god. Okay.
All right, Kenna, what do you got going on?
I'll be right back.
Okay. I draw last breath and breathe on it, and I say, look around, your friends are dead. Is this really worth joining them over?
So it kind of looks around and sighs, and you can kind of see it deflate. The prize was ours. And then it starts kind of backpedaling with its hands in the air.
All right, I'll let it leave.
So it will vault onto the back of one of those critters, and they both kind of lope off and then kind of leap into the air, and then like right into they basically swan dive into the vegetation, and you almost think if you see like a ripple of green energy kind of splash out, and then it's as if nothing had disturbed it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad they didn't get her in there. All right. Is Agnetha still fighting the bear thing? Is that still here, or is it the thing?
No. It jumped on one of those.
Okay.
And followed them.
Okay, I'm sorry. What did I miss?
I basically said, look around, all your friends are dead. Is it worth joining them over? And it ran away.
Nice.
So one of the things that I'm going to say that Ken is going to notice it first, just because she's got a little bit sharper senses and pays attention, and because it's actually in your hands. Your glaive has kind of like the creatures, those veggie goblins, blood like kind of all over it. It's like all over the blade, and you can see it like running down the haft of the weapon, and it's like it's not acting like normal blood would. It almost like spirals down and looks like a greenish translucent energy, And that's when you probably notice it, Agnetha, as it kind of touches your hand and continues down the haft. And like it happens so fast. Your glaive now has like veins of ethereal like green running through it.
Okay.
And the blade kind of shimmers with a slight emerald hue.
Okay, she's just gonna look at it and go, "Oh my god, what is this? Oh no, what have I done? Is this okay?" And I'm going to sort of look to Kenna and be like, "What is this? What is this? It looks like it's full of magic of some kind. I hope I didn't make a mistake."
I'm honestly not sure. Definitely something worth researching. It's definitely interesting.
And the glaive just feels lighter in your hands now.
It feels what?
It feels lighter in your hands.
Oh, okay.
The balance was always good, but it just feels superb now.
Oh. Okay, so she's going. I think I would try to like get rid of it. Try to like wipe it off and like start.
So, like I imagine, like the first thing you try and flick it, and it almost leaves like trails behind it when you do that.
Okay.
But it doesn't come off, and as you can see, it now it's almost like you can't distinguish the difference between where those blood trails were and where the veins are now. It looks like it's always been like this.
I'm going to drop my glaive. Then.
Okay, it's
just so it doesn't go up my hand. Yeah, I'm just going to let it drop to the ground for a moment. And start like wiping my hand on my leather. Like just like, what the heck is this?
There doesn't seem to be anything on your hand.
Oh, okay. Didn't touch my hand.
Get some like of the cloth out of my bag and probably wrap that for her so she can carry it back so that we can get it looked at.
Okay. How's Deneen? She's still incoherent, and is she damaged or injured at all?
Invisibility spell so we can look at her.
Okay.
So you look at her. She's got several tiny puncture wounds. From the thorns that were on the vines. And do you have medicine? If not, just give me a wisdom check.
I actually don't have medicine. Wait, Jack of Trades. Oh, that wouldn't be a skill roll though, would it?
Yeah.
Okay, 12.
So what's your total? You can add Jack of all trades. Okay, 12. Yes, you see the faint outline of like almost like spider veins, like near where the wounds were. So you believe there's definitely some venom.
Okay. Well, let's see here. I don't think that Cure Wounds is going to help with that. So
she is.
Go find. Right, that's good. That's a good sign. We're gonna need to carry her back. We're going to need to find her some help.
Okay. So,
but I am going to go ahead and cast Cure Wounds. I don't actually know if that's a good idea though, because if we close those, then they're not going to be able to tell like what the injury looks like. So I say we just carry her, and then if she gets any worse, we can do something. But for now,
yeah, it does appear like any injuries she sustained seem to be mostly superficial. Like the dragging didn't seem to affect her too much because she was wrapped up so much in the vines. It seems like they actually acted as a cushion and protected her a little bit. And the thorns are just really tiny punctures. There's a bunch of them, but mostly just where her bare skin is. Didn't seem to penetrate the armor. So it doesn't look like she's looking her over. She doesn't look like she sustained any life-threatening injuries per se, but you don't know what's going on with the venom.
Okay.
In that case,
so
we'll leave the wounds where they are for now.
Agnetha's just gonna pick Deneen up and throw her over her shoulder and be like, "Let's just get out of here."
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
So you guys travel, a couple hours back to the camp. Monty's there kind of patrolling the border, and he's extremely happy to see you, Kenna, and even happier when he sees Agnetha. And
Just joking.
and he comes over and greets everyone.
Good.
I've learned to love Monty.
Who's a good boy?
And I think we're gonna wrap up a little bit early tonight and end it right there with you guys back in camp. You've reacquired Deneen, and
nice.
It seems like as several hours have gone by, and her breathing becomes more and more steady as time passes.
Awesome.
So with that, guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you guys for playing in the game as always. And next week we should be back. Same time, same channel at full strength. So until next time, guys, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.